Hey, so I'm here. Rachel and I are here with Tim Vigil. Fortunate enough, I met him at TorpedoCon, which was a highlight of my TorpedoCon, and I showed you guys the piece of original art I got. So I knew he'd be here. I asked him if we could chat again. Only this time, I got great stories, but none of it was recorded. I just enjoyed hearing. So this is Tim.
Hola.
If you haven't seen his stuff, it's spread out in front of us, but I picked him up at a series called Grips, and then everyone picked him up, it seems like, for Faust. And he's done tons of stuff since, and Tim just did this. I did the entire interior for this as well. This is called The Terrifying Crimson Bat, and it's a silent issue. There's no word bubbles, killer art, but I picked some of these up, kind enough to sign them for me, so if you see Tim, he's happy to do that. Anyway,
Very happy.
I wanted to show you a couple things. We were talking last time. I was fortunate enough to talk to you about these two books. So this is Gothic Knights 1. Yes, Gothic Knights 2. And if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you about them again, but this time let other people hear it.
Okay.
So what I had asked you is, was there a project that you really enjoyed working on and you brought this up? And then you kind of told me the story in the background. I'm going to take this out.
Yeah, the writer and I were both big fans of Hammer horror, like Dracula, Prince of Darkness, Curse of Frankenstein, Curse of the Werewolf, all the Hammer movies. And so we wanted to come up with a vampire character. He was the character came about by this piece right here. Inspired. This was out of portfolio that I did, and the writer really liked it, and he created the character Tanya Ravnos that's in Gothic Knights.
That's her.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's where it all came from. But doing the drawing wise, my intention was to do what Bernie Wrightson did in his Frankenstein plates, what was very meticulous, very detailed. And I wanted to do all this detail throughout the whole book. So you get all sorts of like lab scenes that are pretty cool.
Yeah,
And then city scenes.
like that. Yeah, sick.
But like now, we're coming out with a Kickstarter with Gothic Knights, and what the writer and I did is like, we expanded some of this scene where there's like two guards protecting and they get killed. We expanded on this scene. So we've added like 75 pages to this series. And like here, this is expanded and stuff. And it's turning out great.
When do you think that's going to drop?
I'm hoping it's going to maybe around Halloween.
Sure, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's. I got a production guy putting it together right now. Yeah, it's a nice cover. I was real happy with it. You see, we had like scenes like this, just all this beakers and stuff, and all this.
How long does this take you to draw?
It can take like a week. And you like all this detail in here. It was real fun to do everywhere. But then when I added the 75 pages, like there's a couple of scenes within this part that I had to go back in and match all this stuff. You know, you just can't do cartoony stuff now. But this, at the end of this thing here is huge. I mean, it's like this big when I did it.
So the actual size is this size?
No, it's two of these and probably out to like around here.
Well, do you still have that?
Yeah, and it took me 3 weeks to do this. This was classic.
That is awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, what I went into when I redid this, like I redid this face. All the faces I found like I screwed up on. Like these two faces I changed and just did Photoshop.
So is it the book you're going to drop in October? Is it an anthology of both issues in one issue?
It's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's everything. Like, look at that. That's a great page. Kills her lover, the werewolf, and look at that face.
There's a lot going on, man.
That's
That
cool.
is such a cool drawing.
Yeah, but it has nice emotion in it too, you know. but she doesn't want to do this. She's trying to talk to him. Like, there's scenes added into this. And I made his pee-pee longer.
He aged well.
Yeah.
I like the crucifixion scene.
Yeah.
It's interesting because in this book I'm going to talk to you about in a second, there's a scene that almost looks inspired by him. There's they decide to kill this guy, and they really did him in. Where is that?
Yeah, it's the next page.
So they hung him on this X cross here, and they did some violent things to him. Keep that in your mind for a moment. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff I like a lot. And I really think that a lot of people that might have been away from collecting for a while, there's a lot of collectors now that left for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't believe how many. I'm one of them. But I've met all of these people, thousands of people in my age group that have come back to comics through the pandemic.
Kind of like Comics AA.
Yeah, but only everyone's relapsing
Right.
hard. It's not, yeah. The term FOMO applies to all these guys. They're trying to catch up for lost time, and you just can't do that, you know. So recently, Uni Press, they have released a new line, and this is their horror line. So this
I've
is
seen this. I've seen this cover. This was cool. I haven't seen this one.
They have even some better ones. I didn't bring the 1 in 100. I got them all. I bought several hundred just because I wanted to get all the covers. So I want to show you the interior, which I think they did a good job, but I'd love to hear what you think. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Fairy tales from the crypt.
But then I think they have multiple artists in here. Tell me more.
Let's see, who do we have? George, Klaus, Hester. I've heard of them, but I'm not great. Don't know them that well.
So I think they modernized the stories to be more relevant in the modern age.
Right.
They did a story on there on vaccines. They did a story on there on, I think, being woke. That kind of stuff, yeah. The head in the box is always nice.
Never a dull moment with the head in the box.
EC was known for irony in their horror, you know.
I'm not crazy about the art, though.
Yeah, it's very cartoony.
Very open.
Yeah.
You know, just linear. And just filling it with color and stuff.
I haven't read it yet. It's a really story, heavy story.
I read the last story, and this last story was okay. They hang this guy out. It reminded me of the scene from your book. Let's see where it's at. Is that it?
Was that it? Looks like so.
I'm not sure yet.
See, the way they have it, though, it doesn't cry horror.
Is it?
You know what I mean?
It doesn't play like horror.
Right.
This one does, but it's a little more cartoony.
Yeah.
But I like this creepiness going on right here that everyone's turned into something.
That's funny. Yeah, this one's not bad. But still, it's because it doesn't have like a lot of shadows and textures in it, how EC was.
Yeah, their interior art was always stellar. That's why I was going through it, and I have these blanks. I only got a few blanks. I'm like, I know, I want Tim to make the cover he would have made. And obviously, time's always limited. But I really like the fact that this has got double EC bullets on. Yeah, these ads are pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's the next cover.
Yeah, I like that. I saw that cover and I said, I absolutely like that. I like that. That kind of reminds me of like heavy metal. What's up with that? So then, this is my brother, Tim.
How you doing?
So like, here's the blank.
All right.
You can draw whatever you want on it. I mean, I was going to come back and get it maybe tomorrow if you have time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of those mutants at the end.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, please do that.
Yes, that's the best story.
Right, but they're like, the girl is face down, ass up, and they're eating her ass.
They have a cover I don't have with me. It's a girl on her knees with her knees back, and she's peeling off her skin.
Ooh.
So her skin's like laying on the ground,
Uh-huh.
and she's got like another skin under. Anything else you got coming out, Tim, that you'd like people to know about? Any place you're going to be?
Just working on the Kickstarter, getting that out. Working on some comic ideas, but I don't think they'll be coming out real soon. Next year sometime, maybe.
You going to self-publish or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll always make sure to let people know what you're doing, and whenever your book comes out, we'll throw it out there to our content so people know where to get it.
Right on.
All right. Thanks for chatting with us today.
You bet. You bet.